So I've got my line all drawn out so I can make my elephant shape that I'm going to be using. All right, just be really careful with this part. I do have my scissors here. You may have to poke a hole in it to get it started, but I think if I fold this like that, I can then take my scissors and I can just cut that so I can get it started. Once you get your scissors in, it should cut fairly easy. Now what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna cut straight around. So I've got a smaller bottle here to work with rather than trying to wrestle this whole big thing. So you don't need any kind of like special, plastic shears or anything like that. As you can see, I'm just using a very nice pair of scissors, but even regular household scissors would work just fine, okay? That I can set aside, okay? And now we're starting to look like, the beginnings of an elephant. I then go ahead and start cutting out the other sides. You'll notice I've got my tray here that I'm working on. That way I don't make a mess in the house. Granted, there's not much of a mess to make with this stuff. There's a little bit of water left in that. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue going around and cutting out my shapes. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is the shape that is creating the separation between the two legs here, the front and the back leg. Okay, so now I've got this shape here. What could I use that for? Perhaps it's an ear, okay, or something like that. So as you're cutting things out, think about how you could use these different shapes that you're cutting out, all right? And you should be able to use them later. So we're gonna, as they say, upcycle things and use stuff for more than just one purpose. I'm gonna go ahead and continue cutting this out. And this is where I want you guys to get to by the end of tonight, after you have figured out which animal or which design from the couple of web pages that I gave you guys on the previous slide or the couple slides ago. All right, what I'd like you to do is get this cut out so that it is all ready to decorate for the next day, and we'll talk about that more in the next slideshow.